right, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's a fighter. She says it like it is, and she's going after people. She's cutting people's salaries. I love it. This is what she's up to now. Quoting her, "We are going to impeach Alejandro Mayorkas, is Homeland Security Secretary. Now, the 25 governors are standing with Greg Abbott from Texas. The Biden administration must cease its efforts to stop them from protecting their borders in Texas." Now, there's some alarmists that thought this was going to trigger a civil war. Don't worry. Now we can rest at ease because Biden is standing down on trying to push this anymore. Texas is winning. Just don't worry. Don't worry. It's not happening right now. Stay calm. Stay calm. All right. So I'm going to be quoting the WH.gov, which is the official White House website. And this is what they said about this situation. Listen to this. "The United States can have an orderly, secure, and well-managed border while treating people fairly and humanely. In January, the Biden-Harris administration launched a broad whole of the government effort to reform our immigration system." Now, can you tell it's an election year? I'm sorry. All they're doing right now is giving the mainstream media talking points so they can say that they're dealing with it. Well, Camilla's had, 2.5 years, 3 years? I think she was appointed the czar for the border, within the first 6 months of the administration. And I totally am convinced that Biden did that, knowing that they weren't going to handle the border, let her take the hit. That's the way they operate in politics. But this is totally feeding this statement from the government, from the WH.gov, you can see it, is just giving talking points to the mainstream media. That's how they work together. That's how they do it. They indicate they're going to do something, and obviously in an election year, they want to make believe that they're doing something about the border, but they're not. They're not. Now, I'm working on getting these videos shorter. I realized I was getting to 10 minutes. I try to get it in with a 3-minute bite. But what they're doing is they're sending to Congress a legislation to create a new system of responsibility to manage and secure our border, provide a pathway to citizenship, and better manage migration in this hemisphere. Do you notice how they're not saying deport them? They're not saying, how many millions? 46 million, I think I said in the last video about this. They're not saying to deport them. They're saying, let's make them citizens. Now, that's why the Democrats are allowing to flood us with illegal immigrants. The reason they're doing it is because they want to make them voters, and then then they're going to vote Democratic because the Democrats let them come over the border. It's such an obvious plan. It's a total disregard for the American people, and they're giving them benefits. Of course they're going to come. So you start to see what the motivation is. The motivation is to create voters by we're going to do, humane things. We're going to make them citizens. No, they came in illegally. They got to go. Now, I think President Trump's going to have a very hard time getting rid of 46 million. The ICE agents are going to be very busy. We'll practically have an army of ICE agents. And I met a couple ICE agents when I was in Lafayette Park in front of the White House. Great guys. They were men. I'm sure there's females, but they were great guys and, salt of the earth. He actually gave me a coin, which I'll show you a picture of it here. Those coins are honoring the person that they're talking to. They give you a coin. And there's a whole history of these coins. Every organization within the government and Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, they have those coins, and they give. It was a great honor. I'm holding on to that to this day. I got one from a Secret Service agent. There it is. And I got one from an ICE agent. How cool is that? The honor of them honoring me was just so moving to me that this probably the most valuable objects that I own is those 2 coins. Thank you, and I appreciate your service. If you're serving on ICE or the border and the Operation Lone Star, all of you, we are with you, and we're praying for you, and we're doing what we can on our end, and we pray that you can do what you're doing on your end, and we have less of this government interference. Not Greg Abbott, but the government interference from Washington, D.C. Please share, comment on these videos, and tell people to subscribe, of course. It helps us grow the channel and get the message out that we are seeking the truth. We're going to report the truth. Of course, my opinion sometimes. But thank you for watching. And I keep these messages at the end because I know it's a loyal follower that goes all the way. Because the algorithms on all videos go like this. They go down, the interest drops down because we're all like a 1-minute society. So if you're here watching this, you're sticking with the video, I appreciate that. And just so you know, because most of you are probably been following me for a long time, Rachel is going to get on the videos now. She's almost 18 and she's open to it. I'm trying to work with her agent to see if she's going to, when they can do the shoot. But Rachel, you're going to see Rachel finally. You've heard her voice on all those drive arounds in Washington, D.C. Now you're going to see her face to face. She's actually very much like me. She just keeps talking and talking and talking. Sincerely, thanks for watching.